102.1 FM.
We love you at High Impact Radio. Mwah!
See, there is no separating us now.
From the greens of golf to the courts of tennis and basketball, the octagon of UFC to the square room for boxing, track of Formula One, and the pitch of football. Join the sports crew on Sport Hall 6 to 7 p.m. Mondays and Wednesdays, Fridays 5 to 6 p.m. and 2 p.m. on Saturdays. Here on High Impact Radio 102.1 FM, Lagos. Reviews, views, and interviews just the way you like it. Exclusive on High Impact Radio 102.1 FM, Lagos. Sport Hub for all the updates and analysis. Put a touch of class and finesse on your brand by advertising with us at High Impact 1021 FM. For more information, call
0706 393 5694, 0915 958 1881, or 0902 745 3931.
Follow us on our social media platforms
At High Impact 1021 FM.
Our deals are hotter than the weather itself.
Our deals are hotter than the weather itself.
AI Impact.
Hi, how may I help you?
I've been curious. Who exactly is the youngest swimmer in the world?
Oh, I'll tell you. Alzin Tarek, age 10, is the youngest and fastest swimmer in World Championships history. Tarek has been swimming competitively since the age of 4.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I'm glad I wowed you.
Hey, High Impact.
Hi, how may I help you?
Who is the shortest basketball player in the world?
I like your curiosity. I'll tell you. Muggsy Bogues is the shortest player in the National Basketball Association history, listed at 5 feet 3 inches tall. He was drafted 12th overall by the Washington Bullets in 1987.
Oh, wow, that's interesting.
I'm glad you asked.
Hey, High Impact.
Hi, how may I help you?
Which club is the first to win Champions League?
That's very easy. Real Madrid. The first Champions League was won by Real Madrid during the 1955 and 1956 season.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, High Impact.
Hi, how may I help you?
Who is the fastest man in the world?
That's very simple. It's Usain Bolt. He is the fastest runner on the planet, setting the world record for the shortest 100 meters sprint time of 9.58 seconds.
Wow, thank you.
You're welcome.
You're listening to Sports in a Jiffy on High Impact Radio 102.1 FM Lagos.
Top of morning sports fans, top of morning listeners, and welcome to Sports in a Jiffy on your most exciting breakfast show, the Morning Impact Show, right here on Impact Radio 102.1 FM. Monday morning today, the 28th day in the month of April, year 2025. We're super grateful to God for the gift of life because, of course, this is the last Monday in this month, and in the next 48 hours, I'll be saying BYE to the month of April, while we'll be welcoming May in earnest. Of course, big actions over the weekend. I tell you that one for sure. And right here on the show this morning, I'll be tiptoeing through all of these major stories, serving it to you in bits and in pieces, tiptoeing through them. All of the actions that went in the ever exciting, ever dynamic, and the sometimes controversial world of sport. I tell you, big stories are definitely coming through this morning. In case you join us for the very first time, we serve this package Mondays to Fridays from 10 a.m. down to the flip side of 10. I'll be back here later this evening for the Sports Hub show between 6 p.m. down to 7 p.m. 1 hour of banter, 1 hour of rage, 1 hour of views, reviews, and all of the interviews. We serve it to you just the way you like it. Get your favorite beverage, might be tea, might be coffee, and make sure you enjoy this ride with me on the breakfast menu. I've got stories from the world of football, basketball, tennis, Formula 1, as well as athletic stocks on the show for you. Ayodeji Ajiboye is my name. An absolute honor to be your host on the show. A short reminder that can keep track of these updates and so many others by following us across all social media platforms. We are currently live on our YouTube channel at iImpact 1021 FM and YouTube at iImpact 1021 FM. Last night, Remo Stars Football Club are the champions of the Nigerian Premier Football League. The tale of great determination, trust in the process, and proper administration. They've been knocking for 5 good years, guys. In fact, the last 3 years, talk about 2022, they came third. 2023, they came second. 2024, almost, but once again, they had to settle for second. But then, what did they say about being third time lucky once again? Yes, this time around, it took them 4 years before they were able to get that particular trophy that they've been eyeing. Of course, Remo Stars are the champions of the Nigerian Premier Football League. They've been on top form since the blast of the whistle for this season, making sure that they are getting all of the maximum points away from home, and right there at the Remo Star Stadium in Ikene, they consolidated, making sure that they are holding on to their own fortress as well. They did the unthinkable, and right now they have the trophy to show for it at the end of this season. First time in the history, and that is talking about the hard work that has been put in place by the players, by the management, even the support of the fans of the Remo Stars Sports Club. Everyone that is involved with that club have done amazingly well for themselves this season. Make that the first in 25 years that the team from the Southwest will be winning the Nigerian Premier Football League. The last of them was in the year 2000, and that was Julius Berger. A couple years before that, you have the Stationery Stores, who also won it in the 1995. Absolutely. Looking forward to see what they've got in store, especially representing the country on the continent come next season. Ladies and gentlemen, in the English Premier League as well, yes, it is Liverpool Football Club. They never wanted to walk alone all season, and indeed, they did not walk alone, definitely. They are now equaled the 20th English Premier League title, one record that Manchester United has been holding on to, that particular one that they've been able to use to form and to become the big boy of the English Premier League. But right now, it has been equaled by Liverpool just yesterday. I tell you one thing for sure, that nobody gave them a chance this season. Maybe they were thinking they would rather settle for maybe 4th or 5th on the English Premier League log, but definitely they did the unthinkable. Arne Slot came in and slotted in very well with that particular side. I talk about aging players like Virgil van Dijk, the like of Mohamed Salah. Definitely, they held on to their own. Talk about Mohamed Salah, by the way, exceptional. Maybe that's the right word to use for him this season, because once again, he's putting him right there among the elites in the English Premier League, becoming one of the foreign-based players to be up there on the goal-scoring charts. 185 goals surpassed that one that was set by Sergio Kun Aguero some years ago. Of course, don't forget, it's still going to be remaining at Liverpool come next season, so a couple more records for Mohamed Salah right there to unlock for Liverpool. Bragging rights they now have in the English Premier League, and even a couple of Manchester United greats are already saying that right now it is going to be somewhat to say that maybe United are still a big team in the English Premier League, because right now looks like everything they've got is what Liverpool have also got, even done more, because when you talk about European trophies as well, Liverpool have got more than what Manchester United now have. Well, roll out the drums, roll out the carpet, say what? Congratulations to the Cubs, because yes, of course, they won for themselves the English Premier League. Yes, special mention to FC Barcelona, guys. They did it, the unthinkable, over the weekend. Make that 3 times that they've been able to thump over Real Madrid this season. Won for themselves the Copa del Rey over the weekend. Talk about a team filled with a lot of youngsters, and even Hansi Flick. Don't forget that at the start of the season as well, they also went on some 8 to 9 games winning streak, and a lot of people be like, okay, this is what they call initial gra-gra, because at a point in time they relapsed. They lost like 4 games, 5 games on the bounce as well, and people be like, okay, we told you we knew it was going to happen, but guess what? They came back again and this time around with full force. And since then, they never looked back, giving the Spanish La Liga a run for its money. Don't forget that they are still right there in the UEFA Champions League, and also they've already won the Copa del Rey. Possibly, they might just be eyeing a quadruple this season. And Flick and the boys are definitely cooking something sumptuous for their fans. At the back of every thing that is happening to the team, I talk about financially, because a lot of football fans laughed at Barca this season, laughed at their fans this season, unable to register players and what's not that has happened to that particular team. Well, we'll talk more about this later this evening on the Sports Talk Show between 6 p.m. down to 7 p.m. So definitely you want to make it a date with us on the show. To the switch of the back of the net right now, we'll be getting the show on the road. Let's talk about thoughts coming through from other sports on the show this morning, where Nigerian American boxer Emeka Nwokolo had not successfully defended his WBA North American Boxing Association Super Welterweight title with a devastating second round knockout victory over British Polish boxer Nathan McIntosh on Saturday night at the Mass Mutual Center in Springfield, Massachusetts. The 31-year-old Los Angeles-based fighter had expressed confidence at the head of the bout, which was the co-main event of the Down and Dirty Boxing XVI Spring Break Edition event. Nwokolo, who is the son of Nigerian boxing legend Charles Nwokolo, entered Saturday's contest after recovering from a hand injury that temporarily sidelined him earlier this year. Anyway, from that right now, straight into football talks on the show this morning, where we talk to you about the ongoing 2025 Under-20 African Cup of Nations, which kicked off yesterday. 13 teams, of course, are competing for the top prize, and the Nigerian Flying Eagles, who are the most successful team in the tournament, will be aiming to win a record-extending 8th title. Egypt definitely played host to South Africa last night, and of course, in the opening match, they were able to get their own on the road as well, making sure that they got the first win in that particular one. 1-0. It ended with Egypt pipping South Africa in the first game. The first goal came in the 62nd minute of that particular encounter. We look forward to other matches that we played in that particular one as well, because definitely we also saw a game yesterday night between other under-20 teams. Because yes, in another group encounter, Zambia also faced debutant Sierra Leone, and Zambia were able to come out on top of that particular game just last night too. Away from the under-20 talks right now, still more thoughts coming through from the world of football on the show this morning, and has to do with Nigerian football. Remo Stars, I mentioned to you, have been crowned champions of the 2024-2025 Nigerian Premier Football League, winning the title with 3 games left to play. A brilliant season for the Sky Blues, and a 1-0 win against Niger Tornadoes yesterday on Sunday sealed their historic triumph. The victory means Coach Daniel Ogumodede decided now 10 points clear of the second place Rivers United. The victory also coming on a special day, which also marks the birthday of the club's president, Kunle Shoname. Still more thoughts coming through from the Nigerian Premier Football League on the show this morning, and this time around I'll be talking about Eyimba Football Club, who also won the derby, as Aqua United also were able to dent Ikorodu's continental hopes. The battle for continental ticket and survivor took another dramatic turn on match day 35 of the Nigerian Premier Football League, because as Eyimba claimed the bragging right in the Oriental Derby, while Aqua United dealt a crushing blow to Ikorodu City right there at the Nnamdi Azikiwe Stadium. Eyimba revived their hopes of snatching a late continental spot by beating Flying Antelope Rangers International by 2-1. Gabriel Innocent, Ekene Awazi inside the first half put the People's Elephants firmly in control of the game, though Rangers pulled one back through Chidozie Okore in the second half of the game. While for Ikorodu City, their fortunes took a hit in Uyo. The Oga Boys had gone ahead through Wisdom Ubani's 19-minute strike, but promised keepers of Aqua fought back fiercely as Uche Sebastian leveled the 31st minute before Kabir Oshoba completed the comeback in the 76th minute, sealing a 2-1 victory. Abia Warriors has now taken full advantage of the slip-up and in pole position for the Seoul CAF Confucians Cup ticket after brushing aside Shooting Star Sports Club 3-1 in Umaya. First time strikes from Ochunogu Adejo and Anthony Joma put them in command before Sunday. Mego pulled one back for his side. The result has now lifted Abia Warriors to 56 points, not just putting them firmly in the driving seat for the final continental ticket, but also closing on Rivers United in the second place by just 2 points with just 3 matches to go in the NPFL. Also, guys, relegation battle also saw crucial moments with Sunshine Stars keeping their survival hopes alive with a 2-0 victory over Katsina United. Aqua United's victory over Ikoro City was also vital in their own relegation fight, as the Promise Keepers remained in 18th place with 41 points, give themselves a fighting chance at heading into the final round of the NPFL. Banished to Gombe National United also edged Atlantis of Owerri 1-0. And Kwara United and Plateau United also picked up victories to strengthen their mid-table positions. The Harmony Boys defeated struggling Lobby Stars 4-0 in an entertaining affair right there at the George Ine Stadium. And the Rashidi Yekini Membo, Waserara De Junior Imufua, and also Issa Gata were all on target for Kwara United. Away from that, right now we'll go straight to Europe this morning. I will start us coming through from other sports. Don't forget that this weekend in World of Formula 1 is going to be the Miami Grand Prix, Holland and Glove, and we look forward to see how this particular one will be panning out between 2nd and the 4th of this month. The 6th race of the season is going right there to the United States. McLaren's Oscar Piastri took his 3rd win of the campaign, and with it, the World Championship lead at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. The Australian teammates Lando Norris by 10 points, with defending champion Max Verstappen in 3rd, 12 points adrift, and the Miami Grand Prix is the 2nd of 6 sprint events this year. A lot of talks about sprint events already, and a couple of our fans are saying what is going to be the format of the Formula 1 sprint races this year, 2025. Let me remind you that there are going to be 6 sprint races in this season, and the format is the same as last year. The sprint qualifying takes place on Friday after the only practice session of the weekend. It's going to be a 100-kilometer sprint in the first track action on Saturday, and the qualifying for the main race is in its usual spot as the second session on Saturday. So Sunday's race is going to remain unchanged. Don't forget that Lewis Hamilton secured his first Ferrari victory in China sprint in March. The other sprint races will be taking place in Miami before Belgium, the United States Grand Prix in Austin, Sao Paulo, and also Qatar. Away from Formula 1 talks right now, we'll go straight into the world of tennis. Where top seed Alexander Zverev was also warned for taking a picture of a contested ball mark at the Madrid Open during a more electric final line calling controversy on the clay court. The world number 2 overcame Spain's Alejandro Davidovich Fokina 2-6, 7-6, 7-6 to reach the last 16, but the success was marred by another row as Zverev was convinced a backhand from his opponent in the 10th game of the second set had gone wild. The German told umpire Mohamed Layani there was a malfunction in the system after it was called in by the electronic system, and when Zverev appeals come to nothing, he brought his phone out of his bag and took a picture of the mark. However, the 28-year-old was given a warning for unsportsmanlike conduct, but put the incident behind him to win the second and the third set on a tie break. Also in the Spanish capital, defending champion Andrei Rublev lost 6-4, 0-6, 6-4 to Alexander Bublik, a defeat which will see the Russian top drop out of the world's top 15, while in the WTA, the top-seeded Ariana Sabalenka recovered from losing the opening set to Elise Martins 3-6, 6-1, but Tosi Jessica Pegula and 6-6 Jasmine Paolini were both knocked out. American Pegula was upset 6-3, 6-2 by Japan's Moyuka Uchima, while Italian Paolini suffered a 6-2, 6-1 defeat in the hands of Maria Sakkari of Greece. More thoughts coming through from the world of tennis. This morning, Novak Djokovic is saying he is facing up a new reality after losing his opening match for the second successive tournament. The Serbian seeking a fourth Madrid Open title was beaten 6-3, 6-4 by Italian Matteo Arnaldi. And Djokovic, don't forget, made his debut in 2006 and won the tournament in 2011, 2016, and 2019. However, he said he does not yet know if he will play again in Madrid following Saturday's loss to a player who is currently ranked 44 in the world. And away from that, right now, we'll go straight into the world of basketball. Cause don't forget, we are into the final end of the NBA season, and defending champion the Boston Celtics head of the Orlando Magic 107 to 98 points to win game 4 of the first round of the NBA playoffs. Jason Tatum scored 37 points and claimed 14 rebounds, making all 14 of his free throws attempts, including 4 in the final minutes. And the Magic, don't forget, they leveled the game at 91 to 91 points in the fourth quarter, but the Celtics took control by scoring 10 of the next 11 points at the Kia Center in Orlando. Boston was seeded second at 3-1 1 ahead in the best of 7 Eastern Conference Series. And the New York Knicks and the Indiana Pacers also took 3-1 lead in the East. The Pacers beat the Milwaukee Bucks 129 to 103, with the Bucks losing point guard Damian Lillard to a non-contact injury. The 34-year-old who has recently returned from a blood clot in his right calf hurt his left leg in the first quarter, and we have an MRI scan later today. The Knicks also edged out the Detroit Pistons 94 to 93, but there was controversy at the end when the Pistons team Hardaway Jr. missed what would have been a closure in the game. That's going to be like a short buzzer with no foul called as he knocked out Josh Hart. In the Western Conference first round series, the Los Angeles Lakers fell to a 113-116 defeat by the Minnesota Timberwolves. Luka Doncic scored 38 points and LeBron James 27 for the Lakers, but they will have to rally from a 3-1 down when they host Game 5 on Wednesday. And away from that, right now, straight in the world of football this morning, bringing you all of the current updates, making it through in the world of football. No news, guys, that yes, Liverpool are the winners of the English Premier League this season, and after 35 years of waiting, Liverpool will be celebrating in front of the fans. Don't forget the one they won in the year 2020. Definitely, they had to do it away from their fans, and 5 years later, a generation of dreams is now being realized by Liverpool, and also the Liverpool faithfuls. 5-1 was what was needed for them to win the league trophy yesterday against Tottenham Hotspur at the Anfield Stadium. Away from that, let's talk about the current happenings in the world of the Italian Serie A, where McTominay Dopu has now put Napoli 3 points clear in the Serie A title race for this season. An amazing one to look forward to as we also go through to the final running in the world of the Italian Serie A. Talking about the Italian Serie A for today, later this evening we'll be seeing Udinese play against Bologna. Hellas Verona will be hosting Cagliari. Lazio Roma will be hosting Parma later this evening in the Italian Serie A. Quickly running through the current standings in Italian Serie A for you. Napoli are currently at top of the log with 74 points after that 2-0 win yesterday. Inter Milan are second on the log with 71 points. Atalanta are third on the log with 65 points, while Juventus are now fourth on the log with 62 points. We look forward to see how the season is going to continue to unfold in the Italian Serie A for the rest of the matches left to be played. We'll be back later this evening, 6 p.m. down to 7 p.m. on the Sports Off Show. I tell you, on our banter, on our rate, on our views, reviews, and all of the interviews. I the Judge Boy sign out this morning. Stay sporty, stay active, drink enough water to stay hydrated. Go out there and be the best version of yourself. Don't forget to be kind, because I tell you what, kindness is cool. I'll see you when I see you. Stay with us. The Morning Impact Show continues.
From the greens of golf to the court of tennis and basketball, the octagon of